Everybody's making immigration proposals these days. Let me add mine to the mix. Call it the Limbaugh laws. First, you immigrate to our country, you have to speak the native language. You have to be a professional or an investor. No unskilled workers allowed. Also, there'll be no special bilingual programs in the schools with the Limbaugh laws, no special ballots for elections, no government business will be conducted in your language. Foreigners will not have the right to vote or hold political office. If you're in our country, you cannot be a burden to taxpayers. You are not entitled to welfare or food stamps or other government goodies. You can come if you invest here. And another thing, you don't have the right to protest. You're allowed no demonstrations, no foreign flag waving, no political organizing, no bad-mouthing our president or his policies. You're a foreigner. Shut your mouth or get out. And if you come here illegally, you're going to jail.
In the last couple of years, we focused our energies here on the situation with day laborers in Vista, specifically here at the Vaughn Center. And we have decided with the workers to form an organization called the San Diego Day Labor Association. And with that, we're slowly getting a lot more support. We're putting out a newspaper. We have lawyers to help the workers get their back wages.
Y después hubo una oportunidad con Reagan y arreglamos con él.
It's our country and our sovereignty. This has nothing to do with you now. It has something to do with losing our country.
Muy diferente, es un cambio muy grande.
¿Un cambio cómo?
Muy grande en sistema de costumbres, de comidas, de es un cambio tremendo, pues, que se tiene que cuesta para adaptarse, pues.
What would happen if we went into your group by
You're the
ourselves?
fucking coward. You come here to mooch off of this country. Why don't you go fix your own country?
Pero siento que ya bajó un poco ya el ataque, ya bajó un poco el ataque porque se tuvo muchas confrontaciones muy fuertes, pero como estamos recibiendo unas instrucciones, tenemos que calmarnos mejor, porque es lo que quieren ellos, provocarnos para que haya un combate, pues. Bueno, por lo regular, la mayor parte de patrones hispanos son los que quedan más mal que los americanos. Eso. Inclusive da una parte y luego otra parte, o a veces no lo da. Pues llega el momento que se van acostumbrando ya a ver diario esas cosas, ¿no? Entonces, pues sí, pues estamos tratando de tratar de sacar un periódico y que se sepan cómo están actuando, cómo están actuando fuera de la ley.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you have, for example, on CNN, you have Lou Dobbs and people like Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity that repeat the same lies again and again, and it's pretty much runs across those fault lines of Republican versus Democrats, and the Republicans moving more and more to the extreme right, you know. So yeah, I think you have a lot of bias on the part of some people with very big voices and a lot of power.
Open Borders pro-amnesty advocates fiercely lobbying now the president-elect to immediately change immigration policy enforcement. Well, on the campaign trail, Obama pledged his support for amnesty and he blasted enforcement raids. But as Kitty Pilgrim now reports, the majority of Americans oppose amnesty for illegal aliens.
En México, una parte y otra parte está aquí en Estados Unidos, ¿no? Entonces, ellos ya se superaron aquí, y pues ya también ellos ya se casaron aquí, ya tienen sus hijos. Pues anteriormente sí estaba muy bien, pero últimamente con el tipo de que ha bajado la economía, el trabajo y todo, entonces ya está uno buscando otros recursos más baratos. Pues muy tremendo porque anteriormente caía mucho trabajo. Y ahora no, acá ya digamos casi para todos, ahora nada más uno o dos cuando todo.
The situation is so bad here at the Vaughn Center that some of the workers eat out of dumpsters. There's even some that sleep in dumpsters. That's how bad it is. There's others that have little camps around Vista, and with the economic situation, things are very bad.
But a new Zogby poll taken after the election found fewer than a third of Obama supporters favor amnesty for illegal aliens. In fact, the majority of voters, 60%, said cracking down on employers of illegal aliens is important to them. 57% of voters said amnesty would harm American workers and further strain public resources.
San Diego is a very racist area, and there's these stereotypes of these men that create all these problems that are a drain on our taxes and a drain on our society, and it's just not true. And we have to turn that around any way we can. Lately, Homeland Security has got a lot of money, and they're putting more patrols on, And we're very concerned that with Obama coming in, there should be less raids and less of this kind of activity, and more focus on other things, criminality, on smuggling and things like that, rather than harassing human beings. But we don't see a change yet. So, but there is more enforcement around the border, absolutely, yeah.
Barack Obama's position on immigration during the campaign was a calculated formula to draw Latino voters. He called for beefing up border security and enforcing existing immigration laws. But he also supported amnesty, saying immigration enforcement raids were, quote, terrorizing communities.
They are counting on us to stop the hateful rhetoric filling our airwaves and rise above the fear and rise above the demagoguery and finally enact comprehensive immigration reform.